very late edition of What the Fuck. Yeah, very tired. Had to sleep a little extra. Anyway, yeah, I was catching up on old videos, posting them and all that stuff too. So I do have excuses. Some of them are excuses and some of them aren't. But anyway, I won't go into that. So yeah, I'll play now a Stickam, whatever. Oh yeah, what the fuck happening to the YouTube atheist community and Stickam fun there. So I'll play the Stickam fun description part now.
Alright, kind of dark. Means I should have some more memory here. Yeah, kind of storm clouds and such. But I think it will pass without killing me or something. So anyway, heading for a run and such. I figure I'll do the Stickam thing since, I gotta do the what the fuck later, so I'll do the Stickam half here. Yeah, it was a pretty good night last night. We argued the whatever, the prostitution thing again, some more, and we're all getting kind of frustrated, which is funny. Well, it's funny. Well, frustration is funny sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so that's sort of where we are. And some of it's, because people want to throw people into a side. You're for it or against it. And it really isn't, in my opinion, what the subject is. It's not this anti-prostitution thing or anti-sex, for people who want just sex and they want to pay for it. It's trying to find some mechanism that makes it socially efficient, clean, not problematic. I mean, don't create more problems, create real solutions. And it's like I've used the example, but it's a lot like drugs. The solution is not to give people free access to drugs. The solution is to help them find better ways to live their life and to create less need to use sledgehammer chemistry to find life palatable. And yes, so you make things legal, but make them legal in a way that's conducive to some sort of progress, not regression. And obviously I think liberal access to pay-to-play sex is going to do a lot of social damage. It's just, it really, sex is it's addictive, and it's just not something to play with in some sort of simple solution way. The solution's got to take into account all the subtleties and vagaries of the human dynamic and social construct and all that crap. So yeah, I just don't think it's good enough to say something like legalization or decriminalization, even, whatever the terms being used are, and models and such. We've got to do a little better than these simple solutions to create a mechanism for people to find satisfaction in some more sensible manner. Alright, enough of that shit. Waste the whole video on that again. So anyway, the rest of the night was pretty good. We had some good conversations. Yeah. Mrs. Pac-Man was in the room, which was nice for a while, and we talked about soft things, and that was good. But yeah, then Pyro, we got into a big fight at the end with Pyro. But it was a good conversation leading up to the bad part of the conversation. And that's usually the way it works for me and Pyro. We do okay for 70% of the interaction, and then it turns into shit. Because there's the kernel of our philosophy. We don't have real respect for either one's kernel, so to speak. Well, certainly from my perspective, I have no reason to respect it. I mean, I can't respect it, because it's like another guy made a video, one of those assholes. He's doing a little amazing atheist beardy thing. But anyway, X Universe or Omni Universe or some, I don't know, whatever the fuck his name is. But talking about how people should buy their designer pets and don't feel any social pressure and all this kind of crap not to buy your designer pet and to go to the pet orphanage instead. And it was just such a stupid point. I mean, it's a, you know, this idea of you picking a companionship animal really shouldn't be based on some pedigree and shit. It really is quite elitist. But not to recognize what all that pedigree stuff does. It creates a horror for these animals. It creates an industry that ends up hurting and degrading in terms of how they're cared for and everything else. These puppy mills are disgusting, and to not take some accountability for the consequences of this free liberal I want it attitude shit. I mean, I've spent most of my life taking care of other people's fucking pets. You know, animals that get just lost, you know, because people just don't give a fuck. They wanted the goddamn thing for a week, and then they didn't want it anymore. And it's just bullshit. I'm so sick of these selfish atheists. I mean, these, you know, they think the opposite of religion is to be an immoral asshole, to be an obnoxious, you know, fart in your face, smelly, motherfucking, son of a bitch, selfish fuck. They think that's being an atheist. They think being atheist means you don't have any concern with any moral authority. The moral authority of fucking logic now no longer has to apply either. And that's the disgusting part. They don't even have to acquiesce to logic as the God. They can just say, no, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm God. I don't have to make rational equations about how much misery I cause in the world because nature made me, and nature says I can do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, part of Pyro's whole bullshit is like that. So anyway, I did go on again kind of long. All right. So, yeah, it was a good night stick him anyway. So, I should mention Ojama Flipper was in the room. You know, he's made a couple of good videos. You know, kind of more entertainment style than hard philosophy, but it's good stuff. Did his sock dance thing. You know, whatever they are, Californicating pumpkin guys or whatever the hell they are. The chili peppers, yeah, not pumpkins, chili peppers. But anyway, and such. So yeah, thank you to all the participants. It was a good night. I had a good time, sort of, kind of, maybe. I had especially good morning, but that'll be none of your business. And yeah, I'll continue with the video as such, as required. Yeah. Till next time.
All right. Yeah, done with that. Okay. So other news in the atheist community. I don't know. Whatever, atheist. Coughlin made a bunch of videos. One of them was like an hour long, so I didn't watch it yet. Yeah, I'm just kind of busy and kind of focused on this philosophy stuff. And speaking of which, the Modern Mystic, he's back making philosophy videos. I didn't, you know, I don't know. It started off good and it just kind of frizzled. So I'll make a video on this channel about his philosophy video. And try to get to the main points of it, you know, the videos he made, and such. That's what I'll do. You know, whatever. Yeah, just the conversation gets, you know, it does need to be disciplined, controlled, organized. Yeah, we have to organize the conversation of philosophy, and but this idea that we are going to talk at different levels and whatever, it's just that, no, that ain't going to work. There's one level, really. There's the truth, and we're either going to talk about the truth or we're not. You know. But anyway, as long as we preface what our premises are, you know, it's not that hard to do that stuff. So I think it's possible to have a rational discussion. But anyway, speaking of rational discussion, so there's a couple of complaint videos that were sort of annoying. Pyro's video isn't bad, but it's this, you know, he gets a lot of things, you know, it's like gray text, this convenient perversion of the paraphrase. He starts talking, because I made the point, I argued that it would be my preference to squash the planet Earth like a bug, just get it, it's game over. This doesn't go anywhere. This is just a chasing game. Blah 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 blah. And I use the word sterilize as an alternative. Just sterilize, like make a sterilization bomb. I even described it like a neutron bomb. You take the bomb off, and all life on Earth becomes sterilized, so it can all live out its glory. All the little egos can have their fun, but it's the last generation, and it's over with. It's a graceful exit. No death, mayhem, harm, any of that stuff. You just don't reproduce. Big fucking deal. And he's turned that into some sort of Nazi-esque eugenics bullshit, which has, obviously, I'm not suggesting one race over another for bigoted